Hello there, Leo. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for Leo for May of 2020. We're 5 months into the year already. Well, for all of you guys that are new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We'll use the bottom card on the deck for an overall view of the month, and we'll pull angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern that I speak as if I'm you during the reading. It makes all of us Leos named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at, I suppose, look at your moon sign and your rising sign, get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as like an overall view. Now, I have a short message for us, and it's kind of odd. It's like, you know how we're very independent thinkers. We stand on our own 2 feet. Spirit saying, no group think around us. No group think. It's like it won't work for us, and it probably won't ever work again for us, but we're like more stand on our own 2 feet, think what we choose to think ourselves, without a lot of outside influence. But it feels like we are bringing people who have that same capacity. They don't group think either, and maybe finding and assessing, and we have a card that shows that we're capable of it, finding and assessing like their talents, their abilities, so that like if we had a group of people and let's say it was a political group, everybody would think a different thought, around it, but we would be knowing each individual like separately and for their separate talents. It's an interesting thing, and I can see it in our words down here, but the whole gist of it was like gathering our own group, and each person was individual. Each person stood within their own individual ideas, and it was like very suitable that they all could think differently. So it wasn't like this group of people who think all the same way or believe all the same things. There's probably going to be a reason behind that, and we have a lot of weird, crazy, a little bit cards in here, but I, the first card we have is us. We showed up right on the bottom of the deck in our own reading. We have the Queen of Rods. I was like, oh boy, Queen of Rods right there on the bottom of the reading. So this is going to be male or female. If it's another fire sign in our life, it's going to be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy around us, but and male or female, it could be someone outside of us, like coming new that's coming in, or somebody that we know that's a fire sign type energy. Like I said, male or female. It's going to be person that could help us. Perhaps it could be a person coming into our life that could help us, guide us, or because our words, I didn't even tell us our words. I'm not doing too good. Our words are creativity, sisterhood, brotherhood, commitment, support, and truth. The Queen of Rods energy is support, truth, and commitment, because this is a person like of authority or in a position of authority that they like to stand and shine in all of their endeavors. How did they say that? A lioness, a lioness in her, a lioness in her personality. It's warm personality, generous, very caring, very loving, honorable, intelligent. All those kind of words go directly with this Queen of Rods energy, Any advice that the Queen of Rods gives us is going to be well worth taking. They're loyal, confident. They can provide for us any information we need, like valuable assistance, information that we need, a good money manager. If we needed help with something to do financially, the advice they would give us would be very valuable. So I could think of them like maybe somebody that did maybe stocks or a banker or something like that, in that kind of energy. If it's not a person, if it's not a person in our life, it would mean it's time for us to move forward in any kind of a business, like a business venture that we were planning. Maybe some of us, maybe, if it's not another fire sign in our life, some of us may be planning a business deal with a certain purpose, with a certain person for a certain purpose. And that means that we would have all of the qualities that we needed in order to succeed. Now, I can't tell where these messages are going to come down. Like, are they going to be at work for us? Are they going to be at home? Are they going to be in relationship? Because we have two people cards here. So for some of us, it could be relationship things coming, coming into our life. Others of us, it could be work partnerships, that kind of deal. Someone who's going to give us wise advice, but we could trust every word that they were saying to us, and that's a really good thing, because we Leos, we have to be able to trust. And remember what they said, no more group think. It's like we are thinking in an independent manner, and all those that we draw towards us now will be the same individual thinkers. Not where someone tells you this is the belief and you believe it just 'cause. It'll be different. It'll be more creative. It'll be, if we're gathering people, it would be with this sense of purpose around it, and each one would have skills, and we would have capacity, like to analyze and find the best use of the skill, or knowledge, or know it. And that's going to be really probable, because the next card here is the Moon card. And that's a card of really high developed psychic intuitive sense, and the moon shines on the spiritual side of life. It shines that which is in the dark, right? And it brings it into the light. Sometimes, you know sometimes the moon can shine light on secrets or things that have been hidden that are going to be revealed to us. And I'm saying that because of one of the cards I'm seeing in here. It kind of points to it. It's when we are very accurate, and very in tune to spiritual vibrations that are going on in the world, which the moon lights the spiritual side of life. So we'd be very in tune, very, very psychic, is what they're saying to say this month. Very, that word, like straightforward, knowing the truth is how they're saying to say it. Knowing the truth knowing the truth of any given situation is the exact words I'm being told to say. Knowing the truth of any given situation at any time, which is quite an interesting energy if we think about it even. Knowing the truth and being able to access where talent lies in others that are individual thinkers outside of the group think. It's quite an interesting thing. So I think some of us are going to, like, the moon's going to heighten our psychic development. Others of us, I think this moon is going to shine a light on a truth or a secret that, like our word truth here, that has been hidden or has been covered or eyes were closed to it before. And by that, right, it looks like the Queen of Rods, the strength of the Queen of Rods will stand and confront it. It's an interesting feeling. And it's not like the actual meaning of the card, but it's more this feeling that comes over, like just comes over it all. I don't know even how to explain that to you, but you can feel it very strong because our next energy here is the Knight of Swords, and that's a very, very aggressive type energy. Usually the Knight of Swords has the sword on a horse in the cards pictures. He's on a horse and he's charging into battle. In this particular deck, and I picked it because it had bright colors, because I was attracted to the colors. He's already been in the battle and he has blood on the sword, so it's going to be like that, a really aggressive, assertive, kind of energy. With the Knight of Swords is going to be Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energy, male or female. That's why I think for some of us, based on the next two cards I'm seeing, some of us it could be relationship, like a new relationship developing. Others of us it could be an old relationship being made new. In that manner, it's because the Knight of Swords energy means we could be like aggressively pursuing a lifestyle that would allow us to live out our own like philosophical ideas. It's air energy. If it's someone outside of us, it could represent sometimes like getting some bad news that could relate to us, or someone close to us. Conflict, it's a conflict energy, so it says conflict of some manner is at hand. Violent differences of opinion, but verbal, not violent as in the blood on the sword, that kind of thing. Angry messages getting sent back and forth, like argument with someone. If it's not a person, it can mean that we are pursuing our own intellectual pursuits, like in neglecting everything besides what we are doing, like going at it like too aggressively or expressing ourselves very forcefully, our ideas very forcefully, and then that gets us feedback from people that's not so good, my thing about the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords gets things done. Let's put it that way. They get it done. But they're a less mature energy. So the example I always think of is the boss at work that comes up to you and yells at you and says, I need this and I needed it done yesterday. And they're right in your face type energy, do it and do it yesterday, not now, yesterday. It should have been on my desk, but they didn't even tell you. It's the person that goes and the example that pops in my head is they have already promised a customer, right, a deal, or I'm going to produce this for you by this date, right? And the component parts to make the project don't come in on time, but they've promised the best of the best, so they order them from another place just to get them there, and it's junk. And they force me to put it out, and then it all comes back. It's like doing it without enough forethought. So they're warning us against doing things without thinking them through, basically, because the moon card's telling us there's more that could be revealed. They're telling us don't ignore others, just in our own pursuit of what it is that we want, but to yet pursue it in an assertive way, not a aggressive kind of energy, which is always way more valuable. You get more, what is that? You get more bees with the honey instead of, I don't know, with some kind of old metaphor that popped in my head and popped right back out. But to not be aggressive, to not ignore. It's warning us, don't ignore the others that are around us, their feelings. Be there for them, support them, be that stand up Queen of Rods type energy. Now, with this being said, for others of us, I have a feeling that we may be, perhaps some of us, this is going to be in our personal life, like severing one relationship and going into another. For others of us, we may be like using this energy just to do the things that need to be done. It's that, like in that order, like these are the marching orders. Remember, the individual thinking, not group think, could be that. Others of us, I have a really odd feeling this may be a love relationship coming in and maybe someone aggressively pursuing us. Those of us that are interested in it, in a love relationship, it could be that type of energy also. And it would be very supportive, but sometimes they say it, no, that's the Knight of Wands, runs in and runs back out the door. This one would be aggressively pursuing because it's that kind of energy. And I'm saying that because I think it could be relationship too, like something that was hidden. We came to light with the moon card, and we found it out, and we maybe could have severed a relationship with some of us here, because our next card is the Ace of Cups, the hand of God coming out of the sky and producing this beautiful dove right in the middle of everything. So it's a new beginning. And when you see, I'm saying it this way because when you see this last card here, Leo, we really got a doozer that's coming up. It's a new beginning, a new love, and usually new one-on-one relationships of any kind. And we have the word brotherhood, sisterhood down here. So it could be business partnerships, new friendships coming in to our lives. When it's when previously unfelt emotions, right, coming into play now, maybe in maybe a new way of seeing a relationship. It can mean birth. All aces can mean birth. Birth of a child, birth of an idea. This ace is a fertile time, like the ace of fertility. So a fertile time for emotional or creative growth. We have the word creativity down here to support the card. We got support here to support the card too. It symbolizes the consummation of something that we had hoped for coming to fruition. So in that manner, it's like excellent. That, everything that we really, really wanted, and especially emotionally, everything we really wanted, and they're saying to say, and especially like emotionally or within our love or closest friendships, we are going to have. And if they weren't, and if we didn't have them, they're saying then we would develop new ones that would come into play with this type of energy. So some of us, this could be like a new idea for a creative project, things like that. Others, it's going to be birth of a child. Others, this is maybe a new love or a new job, maybe. I would think more of that for the Ace of Wands or Rods, but it could be new job, things like that. For others of us, it may be, like I said, a brand new relationship or an old relationship made new. Because our next card here is a harsh one. It's the Ten of Swords. I was like, I bought the cards because they're bright, and this is bright, believe me. It's pretty bloody looking, type of energy. It's a difficult card, let's put it that way. But it marks the beginning of the end of all of our personal trials, tribulations, all that aggravation. So it really isn't as bad as what it looks, and it marks also the beginning of a new cycle in our life. exactly like that Ace of Cups, exactly like our Ace of Cups. And it says we have to clear away the debris of the old cycle, and that process sometimes can be painful. That's why the swords are in the back. Also, it could mean we're recovering from being sick and we're now recovering. It means it's a statement to make a very clean break from the past and anything, all of its suffering, things like that. Just can it and move forward with it. And that goes right along with that individual think, you know, a total break from the past, that the things that caused us suffering, not all the past, but the things that caused us suffering, the things that we might dwell on in our minds. It means, whether it means like a divorce, it can mean quitting a job, it can mean changing a career, moving across the country or the world, changing a traditional belief, which goes directly with our original message. No more group think type energy, means we will make the break. We'll make the break from it, and we will make it cleanly. It tells us to make it cleanly and clearly with no loose ends. So it's kind of like that last dust bunny under my china closet, sweeping it out of the door. It's a time to see the situation clearly, like our moon card there, without the previous illusions that clouded our vision. And the moon card is a card of illusion also. I didn't think to say that to us, so I'm going to see these things very clearly, and I'm going to stand in my power, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to bring in that new cycle this month, you know, and I'm going to commit to it, like this word. And I probably will bring others with me that are individual too, that can support it, that don't do group think. I don't know why that group think thing, but it just keeps flashing in my mind like it's really important. It's really important, like, I don't know, the picture they're showing me is kind of funny. It's a whole field of white sheep and one black one standing there by itself, you know, looking around like, okay, where's the other ones that can think for themselves? You know, it's that kind of energy. Oh, brother, can't make up the angel cards. I don't know where this is coming down in our lives. We're all individuals. So I don't know, but our card is release and surrender. Release and surrender. Wow, Leo. We shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you've held tightly gripped within your hands, and open your hands, your arms, and your heart to our love and to our assistance. Ooh, Leo, like I said, can't make up the angel cards. I pull them, shuffle them all up, and then I pull them randomly out of the deck, you know, not just take the first card. Oh boy, it says the angels bring this card to you because you've been trying to fix this situation single-handedly. They'd love to help you and answer your prayers, but first you need to surrender and to release the situation. Surrender simply means you're tired of struggling. It means emotionally letting go with faith that the divine wisdom of spirit, which includes your higher self, can do a better job. And the moon includes our higher self too. Surrender doesn't mean that you're giving up or that you want to be controlled, though through surrender you will be assured of a better outcome. If you need help with surrender, ask the angels to assist you. Don't worry about how your prayer will be answered. Let God figure out the details. Be willing to ask for help, release tension and the need for control, and things will go better. Avoid power struggles in your relationships. Simply own your power and you won't have to fight for it. Boy, oh boy, that one really goes with our original message. Well, Leo, that's our reading for this month. You guys are going to have to tell me where it comes down at. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, your subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them. I really appreciate them. If anyone wants to know more about me or go neb about me, or if you want or need to set an appointment with me, all the information's down below the screen over at the website. That's in the About section. There's 2 short videos also at the website. One explains a prayer class I put out there for y'all, and the other one explains the suture classes. Prayer class is like 2.5 hours long. It's very comprehensive. It explains how and why you format prayers the way you do. The sutras are thought forms, simple thought forms that enhance the clear perceptions. You do them in a meditation that takes 5 minutes, and it dramatically enhances your clear perceptions. So the videos are over at the website, and to everybody I've met through 4 whole years of doing YouTubes now, and all of you I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all it's been an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to serve you, and hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.